Use these 5 words to get people to quote your talk for years, and why putting other people's quotes up on your slides will destroy your authority on stage. Think about the famous quotes that often show up in people's presentations. There's Steve Jobs, who talks about the only way to do great work is to love what you do. There's that old ancient quote that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And of course, there's that Maya Angelou quote about people remembering the way you make them feel, which seems like it's in almost everyone's presentation these days. If you put other people's quotes up on the screen, all you're showing your audience is that you're a person who can look things up and put them in pretty slides. It doesn't persuade them that you're a problem solver because you're not the one who originally said it. But there's a way to become the person who other people quote. And it starts with the 5 words that I mentioned at the beginning. And by the way, if you want super simple tips like this one on how to really up-level your speaking, then be sure to follow. All of those quotes I just mentioned have several things in common. In each case, they give the listener one action to take. Loving what you do, taking a single step, making them feel something. But they also all have in common that there's a reason why one takes this action. Doing great work, completing a journey of 1,000 miles, and having people remember you. Each of these people have incredibly incisive clarity, so much so that they can distill all of solving a problem down to one thing. Which might seem like a tall order, but there's a simple way to start tapping into that clarity for yourself. That's to contrast your approach with the approach that most people out there do. The typical approach, the flawed approach. We can look at the Maya Angelou quote as an example. She talks about how it's not about what you say and it's not about what you do. She's talking about these other flawed approaches in that quote. She's contrasting helping people to feel something with these other things because contrast creates clarity. And while there would still be wordsmithing to do in figuring out how to say your idea, you start with contrasting these other flawed approaches with yours, and that's what will make you quotable. Which of course leads us to the 5 words. These 5 words are a prompt to help you to clearly figure out what the flawed approach, what most people do is. And so that 5-word prompt is: the failure in how we try to lose weight, the failure in how we try to start a business, etc., etc.